What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Mad Living. This episode, I'm just going to briefly explain the fly fishing rod combo set that I purchased off of Amazon to get me started. It had pretty much everything you need to get started, in my opinion. It was like 80 bucks. So if you're interested in getting into the sport, check it out. So let's dive right in. Okay, so here I just laid it all out on my table. So I went on Amazon and I just bought a Net Angler fly fishing reel combo. Because like I said, I wanted something that had everything in it basically set up and ready to go. Of course, the vest, I'll get to that in a sec, the vest didn't come with it. So what came in that is basically this Net Angler case right here, and then everything was in it. So what was in it was obviously the rod, which breaks down to about 27 inches and fits in this case. Comes with an extra tip because supposedly the tips break off pretty easily. So that rod, which is an 8-foot 5/6 weight fly, reel, and line. So the fly line on it is the same as the reel. And then it comes with these steel forceps. Comes with these little clippers or line nippers, and then it actually has a little deal to where you can poke out the end of the fly, like if it has a little plastic on it, or if you can't get the fly line or the leader through it, you can puncture it. Then it came with a little retractable, it's actually just a retractable little clip, I guess you'd call it. And I actually have my fishing license on it, but it clips on anywhere. And then this little deal right here is the leader straightener. They come coiled up, so when you uncoil it, it's got a bunch of just coils in it, so you can straighten it out. You can actually straighten it out. What I've learned is you technically don't need this. You can straighten it out with your hand, because this creates too much heat, I guess, and weakens the line. So there's a couple ways to do it, but that came with the kit. And then it came with this little fly box here. So ignore the flies for now. So it came with this fly box, and then it came with 28 flies. So you can see I already have another box here, and I already bought another one. But the flies that came with it, I learned that's the only downside. The flies that came with it weren't really ideal. Of course, I didn't know that right away, but then once I started researching like all the other types of flies and the ones that I would need, I was looking at the flies that came with it, which are kind of more of this group up here. I was like, what the heck? I don't even think I've used one. Actually, I used one of the dry flies, and it just really didn't work very well. But that's just me. Like I said, I'm new as well, so of course I'm keeping them. So I put those all over here. So it came with this case and then 28 flies, and they're basically 4 red, 4 white, 4 black, and then Flora the yellow, and then a bunch of these bigger dry flies. So right away I ended up buying more flies, and because I did a little bit of research on the river that I was going to fish, and I heard that nymphs, or what they called, are pretty popular, and I guess it's actually one of the most productive flies out there for fly fishing. So I got some of those, and the nymphs are used mainly for trout. They feed off the subsurface most of the time. So with me doing that little bit of research, I figured, okay, I better have some of those. And that's what I used the whole time when I was camping. I actually believe it was this guy here. I believe it's this little guy here. I caught a ton of trout on this thing. Little guys, but it was still fun. So I've used that a ton. And all flies come in different sizes as far as the hooks. And the larger the number, I think they range like even numbers 2 through like 28 or something like that. So the larger the number, the smaller the fly. And of course, depending on what you're fishing for, you're probably gonna make the changes as needed. But the nymph, of course I didn't know what nymph was or what it was for. So another thing, I'm gonna be learning a ton about bugs, which is pretty good. I mean, any knowledge is great knowledge, right? So nymph refers to a stage in the life cycle of insects like caddis flies, mayflies, or stoneflies. So of course, a lot of the flies made resemble actual insects. So you can see some of the other flies that I've bought. I'm not going to go into those right now just because you can go into a pretty good amount of detail and just make a long video, which I don't really want to do right now. So that's pretty much it. Pretty perfect little setup. So here is the rod that comes in the package. Like I said, it was 27 inches broken down, but then it's actual 8-foot rod. It's got that green, like fluorescent looking fly line on it. I got a little fly on it. Can you zoom in on that little thing? Yeah, she's a little streamer. It's called a streamer. I'm trying to learn how to catch the big fish. I've been doing pretty good on the little guys, which is fun, but I want to catch some big boys. So that's coming. That's coming in a different video. So anyhow, this was $80. Not sure if I mentioned that, on Amazon. Great little starter kit for you that want to get started in fly fishing. So stay tuned. I have a few clips that I added to the video that shows kind of a little bit of the fly fishing, the camping. And I don't have like a GoPro and like a drone and all of that. So I can't take these miraculous videos and pictures yet, but I'll probably get a GoPro so I can just take better pictures of these fish instead of risking dropping my phone in the river or lake or wherever I'm at. So again, thanks for watching and stay tuned.